The Holcim Foundation Awards is proud to partner with The Urbanist on Monocle Radio. The Holcim Foundation Awards is the world's premier competition for sustainable design, highlighting projects that contribute to the transformation of the building sector. Awarding $1 million in prizes, it honours excellence in sustainable design and construction. By showcasing innovative, soon-to-be-realised projects, the awards drive change and inspire a new generation to adopt responsible design practices. Entry for the next awards competition opens on the 1st of October. Find out more, get involved and submit your free entry. Go to holcimfoundation.org/awards. The Holcim Foundation Awards, proud partner of The Urbanist on Monocle Radio.
Standing in one of the most central locations in Helsinki, between the Esplanadi Park and the Market Square, lives a statue that is very dear to Finns. This monument has become so associated with Finnish success that it's the place for sporting victory celebrations, from javelin gold medals to ice hockey championships. You're listening to Tall Stories, a Monocle production brought to you by the team behind The Urbanist. I'm Andrew Tuck. In this episode, Petri Burtsoff tells the story of a recently restored icon of the Finnish capital.
Reaching a height of 5 meters, the statue of Havis Amanda stands on Helsinki's shore, near the Market Square, in one of the city's most prominent and visible locations. It depicts a mermaid risen from the sea, casting a furtive glance over her shoulder in a gesture of bidding farewell to the sea before starting a new life on land. She stands on a platform of seaweed, surrounded by 4 majestic sea lions, guarding the fountain in the middle of which the statue rises. Havis Amanda is hardly a tourist magnet, but for the locals, it is one of Helsinki's most recognized landmarks. On 30th of April each year, tens of thousands of people gather to witness a cherished ritual in which the university students place a white student hat on the statue's head, thus marking the official beginning of the 1st of May celebrations. The event is broadcast live on national television. Havis Amanda also takes center stage if Finland manages to win a major international trophy, say in ice hockey or the Eurovision Song Contest. That is when the revelers jump into the statue's fountain and climb on top of her to give her a hug. But Havis Amanda has not always enjoyed this level of popularity. It was subject to controversy already when commissioned. In 1908, Finland was still under Russian rule and would have to wait almost a decade before she first gained independence. Helsinki's Swedish-speaking liberal elite wanted the statue to reflect the city's ambitions to become a cosmopolitan and liberal city with a distinctly Western and European identity. That's why they commissioned a Swedish-speaking sculptor, Ville Wallgren, who had spent most of his career in Paris and was heavily influenced by the French Art Nouveau style. Wallgren modeled the statue after 2 Parisian women, and its subtle elegance has a distinctly French feel, especially when compared with much of the Finnish art of the period, which was influenced by the birth of Finnish nationalism and artistic vernacular. The so-called Fennomans, whose goal was to emphasize the nascent Finnish identity, saw Wallgren's work as too French, which was not too far off the mark. In fact, before being shipped from France to Finland, Havis Amanda was on display in the revered Salon de Paris and loved by the French critics. There was even talk of placing the statue on the Champs-Élysées. In 1908, the reaction was divided, to say the least. It drew strong criticism from women's groups in particular, who deemed its nudity and seductiveness inappropriate, and the fact that the statue was placed on a high pedestal was seen as sexually objectifying women in society. Wahlgren himself saw the mermaid risen from the sea, empowered by the waves, as a symbol of the rebirth of Helsinki, a city surrounded by the Baltic Sea. But it didn't take long for the citizens to fall in love with Havis Amanda and for it to become one of the city's landmarks. When Helsinki was bombed in the Second World War, authorities took great care to protect the statue from damage. Being a center of attention for 116 years has taken a toll on the bronze mermaid. The city of Helsinki's decision in 2019 to place a protective barrier around the statue in times of celebration in order to prevent damage caused major uproar. Following a 16-month restoration, in which the statue was removed from her pedestal, cleaned and reinforced, she was re-erected in August to much fanfare, underscoring her importance to the Finnish capital. After a speech from the mayor, the celebrations finished off with an ode to Havis Amanda, sung in French, of course.
Amanda,
Tall Stories is a Monocle production from the team behind The Urbanist. This episode was written by Petri Burtsoff and produced and edited by David Stevens. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast to receive new episodes every week. I'm Andrew Tuck. Goodbye, and thank you for listening, City Lovers.